Jessie Diggins is a 3-time Olympic medalist, a world champion, and the most decorated American cross-country skier of all time. Jessie, we are so excited to have you. Welcome to Game On.
Thanks for having me.
Where are you joining us from?
So right now I'm in Oslo, Norway, where we're getting ready for the first ever 50-kilometer race that women get to do on the World Cup. So we're going to get to make history this weekend. It's going to be really cool.
How very exciting. Well, I want to go back a little bit. First, congratulations on all of your recent success at the cross-country skiing World Championships. You won an individual world title. You are the first U.S. person to ever do that. How special is that for you?
Oh, it's been a whirlwind of emotions. I cried a lot of happy tears that day. Like maybe 8 separate times I cried. But it was just so cool to share that with our team. We've been working towards this since women were allowed to cross-country ski on the World Cup. And it's been a really long road to get here, and it's taken a ton of work from a ton of people. So when that moment finally came to get to celebrate with all the coaches, all our staff, all our volunteer staff, all my teammates who have pushed me in training and supported me, it was just, it was overwhelming, which is why I cried so many times.
Well, I feel like for you, you're constantly making history. Every season for you is bigger. What is something you've really learned about yourself this season?
Well, I would say it's sometimes easy to focus on everything that's going right, and that is what I usually do. But I know that it makes me come off as like this happy-go-lucky unicorn sometimes. And this season, it was actually quite challenging for me. It was pretty hard. I struggled. I got food poisoning right before the first races of the year and was struggling with cramping in the first couple of races. And then in the Tour de Ski, we really struggled with my skis. And when I wasn't performing where the international media thought I should be, they tore me apart in front of the whole world. And it was incredibly challenging. It was really hard. And I relied fully on the support and understanding and love of my team. And they knew exactly what was happening. And so they were like, you're fine. Like, it's going to be okay. But it was honestly really challenging mentally and emotionally. And I think that's what made this World Championship feel so special, because I wasn't taking it for granted. And I was like, wow, this, for everything to come together does feel really special, and for it to come together at the right time. And I think that's why the whole team was able to celebrate so well together when it worked out.
Yeah, to overcome so much and then to have that be the ending. How incredible. Well, I want to go back a little bit to the winter 2022 Beijing Olympics. You took home silver and bronze. What was that experience like for you?
That was a crazy experience. And talking about an emotional whirlwind, I mean, we were so worried about getting COVID going into the games. So it was pretty high stress, doing everything you can to stay healthy. And of course, being stressed out all the time doesn't help you stay healthy, but we were doing our best. And we finally made it there, and the conditions were wild. It was so cold, so windy. It was right on the edge of legal racing temperatures. And it was the coldest conditions I have ever raced in. And it was so windy that you felt like you were going to get blown backwards when you were cresting the top of the hill. So it was some brutal conditions. So finishing those races was an accomplishment in itself for every single person in that field. But then to have it result in some medals, that was, again, celebrating that with the team, because it took so much from so many people to make that happen. So it just, it was very, very cool, and just a validation of all the thousands of hours of blood, sweat, and tears that have gone into this sport.
Right. Well, those weren't your only medals. In honor of Women's History Month, let's go back even further to the 2018 Winter Olympics, when you and your partner, Keegan Randall, made history crossing that finish line to win the first ever cross-country skiing gold medal for the USA. One of the most epic calls of all time. Are you able to kind of reflect back on that moment and think about the history that you made?
Yeah, that's always going to be, I think, no matter what I achieved throughout my career, that will always be one of the most special moments, especially because it was a team sprint, so it's who you're doing it with. Keegan was very much a mentor and a big sister to me when I came on the team. As I was the baby of the team for like 6 years, and all those girls really looked out for me and took care of me, and really showed me how to thrive while being on the road for 4 months of the year, all winter long in Europe. So to be able to really give back in that moment when it really mattered and we could make history together, that was just so special and really emotional. And yeah, the call was epic. I think it helped people get excited about cross country skiing, which we're always really thrilled to hear. So that was really cool. And especially seeing the ripple effects of how that changed things for our sport.
Well, Jessie, you continue to inspire so many people, and please don't go anywhere. We've got more to chat about with Jessie Diggins. We'll be right back.